Jai Baba, Chapter 49. Our Baba Sai was humility personified. Time and again, when those around him would praise him, calling him their Lord and Master, Baba would earnestly tell all those who were present, I am Allah's slave. I do nothing but what the Fakir tells me to do. I am at his beck and command. Baba never spoke against anybody, nor did he try to prove his greatness through self-glorification. He would never allow anybody to put another individual down. He was against slander and loose talk. If somebody kept praising him, he would humbly pass on all the credit to Allah, and he meant it. He did not speak for effect. He was a scholar amongst scholars and a child amongst children. He kept telling one and all, I am Allah's slave, and kept chanting Allah Malik. Also, Baba did not care much about the rules and regulations that surrounded him. He was not only spiritual but also wise, and he always had an open mind to life. He was not at all orthodox, and he certainly did not abide by the dictates of society. Once, an epidemic of cholera spread its wings throughout Shirdi and its nearby towns. Fear reigned high amongst the simple Shirdi folk. They decided unanimously that they would stop all interaction with anybody from outside Shirdi. All trade with the outside world stopped. No outsider was permitted to step foot inside Shirdi. Butchers were warned to put their trade on hold. Not even a cart carrying essentials was permitted to enter, and no outsider was allowed to step foot into Shirdi. Baba was completely against the enforcement of such a rule. He felt that the villages were being dictated by fear rather than logic or medical knowledge. He was clear that the spread of cholera took place due to consuming food or water which was contaminated by the feces of an infected person. The chances of it spreading directly from one person to another was remote and not the true cause of concern. The real cause of concern was the sewage wading its way through parts of Shirdi and thus contaminating the drinking water. Often it so happened that the villagers of Shirdi would pass some rule, and Baba, without batting an eyelid, would break the rule. Yes, there were fines for breaking rules, but who in his right mind would fine Baba or even dare to stop him? Baba was very clear that he required firewood to keep the eternal fire burning in Masjid-i. He was extremely possessive about the eternal fire burning in the mosque, and he tended to the fire with love and even devotion. Anyway, one day a cart carrying firewood entered Shirdi, and there was a huge argument that took place amongst the villagers regarding this new rule. Firewood was a necessity in Shirdi. It was barely available within the borders of Shirdi, and the only way through which one could procure firewood was from the nearby villages and towns. The majority of the villagers insisted that the cart turn back and be made to leave Shirdi immediately. Eventually, everybody agreed that this was the only option. Rules were rules, and there could be no exceptions made for anything, even something as essential as firewood. Somebody ran and told Baba about the ruckus which was taking place and how the cart carrying the firewood was being forced to leave Shirdi. Our old man went and stood before the cart. He looked at all those protesting, and silence enveloped the crowd. People dared not mess around with Baba. He was always right, and he had a temper which expressed itself through abuses and even violence. Baba told the man handling the cart to take the cart directly to Masjid-i. Not a single person tried to stop the cart from moving towards the mosque. One should also understand that most of the villagers had benefited from Baba's generosity where firewood was concerned. Baba needed ample firewood to keep the sacred fire burning in the mosque 24/7, all through the year. Every 8 days, when the weekly bazaar took place in Shirdi, Baba would go and purchase firewood to keep replenishing his stock, which was kept in a corner of Dwarka Mai in the courtyard. He would carefully keep a tab on the firewood and every week pay from his own pocket to replenish the stock. He was most particular about Dunimai. Villagers had their eyes on the stock of firewood which was gathered lovingly by Baba. On and off, somebody or the other would approach Baba and claim not to have firewood to even prepare a meal at home. Many took advantage of Baba's generosity. Baba refused nobody from taking what they wanted, from the food which he collected daily as well as from the firewood which he needed to keep for the holy fire burning perpetually. People took advantage of him. Yes, sometimes their need was genuine, but most often people would lie about their helpless situation and leave with the firewood. Baba appeared all stern and strict and could go ballistic at any given time, abuse and even thrash people. But everybody knew that his heart was more tender than all the mothers in the world put together. His demeanor was like an angry father, but within throbbed the heart of the tenderest mother. Our Baba was beyond pride and false ego. He hankered for nothing but God's love, and his only priority was to serve Allah by serving his people. Peace be to all. Baba bless us to keep the eternal flame burning within each one of us, blazing always. Jai Sai.